Hello everyone, you're welcome to my True Identity series once again. My name is Favor Ejimofor, your host, and I am here with
Barrister Mrs. Osatoame Faith Aigobani.
You're welcome, ma, once again to the show. And today we're having a very strong topic titled Overcoming Addiction. Yes, we know that addiction is one very rampant thing in our society, which has been and is still a very big case now, even in this 21st century. It's even worse now than the way it used to be before. So, ma, please, I just have a very few questions so you can help us discuss, reach out to our teenagers and mostly our youths, I guess. Okay, so, ma, please, you can start by telling us what you know to be the definition of addiction.
Well, I don't want to go by definitions, but I'll just explain what addiction is.
Okay.
Addiction is a strong urge towards something, an irresistible urge. Now, you have drug addiction, you have substance addiction, you have alcohol addiction, you have addiction to domestic violence, you have addiction to taking particular drinks or particular foods. That strong urge that says, do this, even when it hurts you, even when the end result is not positive, that's what addiction is all about. So addiction is, generally speaking, anything that you have a burning desire for, something that draws you, something that you seem to have no control over, something that you keep wanting even when you don't need it. That's something you're addicted to.
So like she said, addiction is this strong urge to doing something that, even when the end result is bad, but you just still have this urge to still pushing you, like, do it. Okay, ma, please, I know that there are, like you mentioned earlier, different types of addiction. You said addiction to alcohol and substances and all that. So please, what are few ways, like, you can just tell us a few ways in which we can prevent this addiction?
Right. Now, there are so many ways you can overcome addiction. But one of the very first and fundamental is the decision to change. Now, if you are trapped in an addiction and you don't want to get out, there's hardly anything anybody can do to help you out. But when you decide, that's one step, into overcoming addiction. You're going to have to tell yourself that, no, I won't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I now see why this is wrong for me and I want to stop. For example, a drug addict, you are into hard drugs and you are seeing that it has debilitating effects on you, your health, and then your entire system breaks down when you don't have that drug. And you find out that, I've gone the wrong way. You have to decide to change. If you do not decide, if you don't make that decision, nobody can do it for you.
Yeah,
they will drag you miles away from your addiction and you'll go back to it because you have not decided that enough is enough.
Yeah.
So that's one of the first things. You must decide to change. Then the second thing is you must prepare to change. You prepare yourself, you prepare your body, you prepare your mind. That is your will, your mind, your emotions. You prepare your soul. You prepare your spirit too. More often than not, you find out that addictions are as a result of going far from your spiritual source, going far from your God, going far from the Holy Spirit. You have to prepare by getting back to where you started or before you lost your way. So there's a preparation to do. You have to do it. You who is overcoming the addiction has to make up your mind and say, I'm going to stop this. So the preparation is important.
Yeah.
Now, one other way is to seek social support. There are a lot of support groups, especially in more developed countries. And even here, you're going to have NGOs like ours that helps young people to find their feet. If something has gone wrong and you want to get back, you have people that can support you. Now, that social support, when you seek that support, it enables you. You see others who are coming out of addiction. You see others who have overcome. You're seeing others that have gone steps ahead of you. It encourages you, it helps you to say, yes, I can do it too. So that social support is very, very important. Let me take one more.
No problem.
And then you can reach out to healthcare providers. More often than not, most addictions come with health challenges. You're breaking down one way or the other. Seek support from medical personnel. from a doctor you trust, from someone who believes what you believe in. For example, if you're addicted to something like tobacco and you have a doctor who says, there's nothing wrong with tobacco, don't worry. You know, that you're in the wrong place. So you find medical support from healthcare providers that know the danger and will not pretend about it.
Yeah.
That's one way. Maybe I should stop here because of time. So there are so many ways. Different people have different things they do to help them come out.
Okay. Yes, I like the part where you talked about the preparing of oneself to decide that you want to stop, especially when it comes to taking you away from God, when it's taking you away from the things of God. You have to stop. Okay, I was having a discussion with some persons a certain time, and we were talking about this addiction and all that, and the person was like, what actually causes addiction? And I was trying to raise a few points, but at the point in time, I got lost while raising my point. Okay. So, Ma, please, I will redirect the question out to you. Like, what are the actual causes of addiction?
Okay, well, now the most common things people are addicted to are drugs and alcohol. Now, for those two basic addictions, the cause of the addiction is in the drug or in the alcohol itself. Now, there are ingredients that they put in certain beers, certain things that are brewed that make you want more. Even people are addicted to Coke. Yes. There's something in that Coke that their system craves for. And it makes you want more. It makes you want to get another bottle and another. So it is with addiction. When you are drawn to something, more often than not, there's something in it that's harming your health, and yet it's making you crave for more. It's just like breast milk to a newborn baby.
Yeah.
In fact, there are babies who don't stop until they belch, and sometimes they even throw up. That's when they stop. That, so that's why there's something in it that pulls you, that makes you say, no, I'm not taking this today. I've not done this today. So more often than not, it's in them. Now, then also, there are some addictions that come about by some habits that we adopt as young people. Now, there are people who are addicted to masturbation.
Yeah.
Now, more often than not, they become addicted because of the sites they choose to browse. They always want to go to these sites, sexually activating sites that show people who are in the nude, naked people. You want to always go to sites where people are baiting and stuff like that. You find out that because of your likeness, because of your attraction to such sites, when the pornography addiction comes, it will be so hard for you to break out because you have established those habits. Until you decide to stop, until you decide that, no, these habits are not healthy. Yeah. Until you find out the reason why you should not go there. You see that you're helpless. Except you don't have data. And when you don't have data, you are even sick because you want to go back. It draws you because you have established those habits. So for some instances, it's what the substance contains that draws you to it. And sometimes it's your own habits, your own decisions, day by day cravings that leads you to that addiction.
Okay. So, Ma, please, do you think family contributes to causes of addiction? Maybe, I don't know, but like you think the family members or history or something can actually lead to the cause of addiction?
Well, the truth is, family, the kind of family you come from, can aid you or bar you from getting addicted to one thing or the other. Now, there are ladies, Oprah Winfrey, she faced a lot of abuse when she was younger. And now she's addicted to helping people get out.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, there are others who go through what she went through. And they find themselves helpless. You see ladies who say, I can't stay with a man that doesn't beat me. I'm used to it. My daddy always beats my mom. And then if they don't beat me, that means they don't love me. Blow me and then take me to the hospital. You see, they become addicted to abuse. They become addicted to battery, to assault, because they have chosen a wrong path. they went through what somebody else went through, and they made the wrong decision, and they start feeling that those things are normal.
Yeah.
You hear that? Those people are sort of sick. They have become addicted to something that is totally abnormal. So now, childhood, upbringing, what you faced from your family and all that could make or mar you, really. Some families would give you a beautiful beginning, and then it's hard to get addicted to negative things. Meanwhile, there are some others that if you're unlucky, you grow up in a certain family, setup, you find yourself addicted to the wrong things. I got very addicted to novels when I was small. But funny enough, there's hardly anybody else who's like that in the family. But I just felt, oh, these films, my elder ones want to watch some things that I don't want to watch. I said, I beg you, let me go and read.
Yeah.
So I got so used to novels that if they're looking for me, they say, go and check. Maybe she's in the staircase. There's a staircase we don't use much in my dad's house. She should be there reading the novel. I saw her with a new novel. Actually, you find me there. So I got addicted to that because I sort of didn't fancy what many others, and we're a big family. So that's how I got addicted. So family setup really does contribute to addiction. It does.
Wow. So Ma, please, maybe it's the last but not the least question.
Okay.
Or maybe while you're talking, another question might just pop. But what is your advice to teenagers who are actually addicted to one thing or the other?
Okay. Now, for a young person, you are addicted to something that's negative, something that's harmful to you. I advise you to seek help. Of course, I talked about making a decision. You have to decide that enough is enough. You have to decide that I'm not going to go through this again. I'm not going to do this to myself again. And then from that decision, you have to go out and seek help from persons who can help you. Persons who have gone through it before, or those who have not, and you already know their stand that, oh, my pastor has already taught us that we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't go this path. That's the kind of person you meet for help. You really need to seek help in every way and with all your heart. For example, this issue of domestic violence has been in
for
the
quite
news.
some time, yeah.
And you find people who say, I can't leave him, I cannot. And even when they are beaten almost to death, because they recover, they sort of find the courage. I don't know whether I should use the word courage. to go back to the same nonsense. So now, it's very important you decide and seek help. You can't do it on your own.
Yeah.
Most addictions are so strong that you won't even know you're addicted till it's almost too late. So once you decide, follow it up by seeking help. Speak out. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't let it go down with you and say, well, I don't think anybody cares. Find out, try to reach out to one person or the other. And then you find out that it gets easier, to overcome that addiction.
Wow. So Ma, just, okay, I think I said last question, but I would just want you to just drop like a few words for us. I know you're a mother and you are used to your children and you actually know maybe when they are facing one issue or the other, or if they are trying to get addicted to them based on your closeness with your children. So coming from a Christian home, like I want you to advise our teenagers based on a Christian home, if they are, how would I put it? Okay, like when they are having this addiction, what can they do when having this addiction?
Well, for teens, when you have addictions, first seek God. You need God. You need God. There's a power that comes from God that you cannot get from remedial drugs. There are drugs they give to addicts to help them, get out of the relapse and So there's nothing stronger than having that strong, getting back to your relationship with God. God will help you to, come out of it and become clean again. If it's substance abuse, you're into drugs and you have already seen that it's killing you, and you go back to God, He redeems you. Like somebody was saying in a program I attended recently, he said, we may not like it, but the truth is that no matter what you do, God can forgive you. Once you ask for forgiveness, you get it. He sees you as a new person. And then when you are regenerated from within, it works out to the outside. Very soon, your body too becomes regenerated. Your flesh, the craving for that thing dies. I have a pastor who said he was a drunkard in every sense of the word at the time. He was bad. He mixed things. He used to play with alcohol like anyway, and he used to take challenges. I bet, I can do 10 cartons. I can do this, But when he came back to God, God cleaned him up so much that if he goes to a bar, he feels like throwing up. Something that used to give him so much joy, and that he used to get so attracted to it because God did a fundamental thing in his life. Now he hates it. He can't bear it. He loves the drunkard, but he hates drinks. He hates alcohol. So God is someone you should run to. The Holy Spirit is there to give you a new beginning, to help you get back on your feet again, and to forget forever the past, whatever wrong addiction, be it substance addiction, be it alcohol, hard drugs, tobacco, be it addiction to unhealthy relationships, abuse. You see girls who are addicted to sex to the extent that they don't even mind being raped. I read something this morning. Say, if he doesn't slap me and beat me up, I won't be satisfied. It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's unusual.
Yes.
And it's an addiction, and they can't help themselves, but God can help. God can help you no matter how far you've gone, no matter how bad it is. So it's important to seek help in the right places.
My dear teenagers and my dear youth watching right now, or even our parents watching, so you can have a good communication with your children. Addiction is a very bad thing. It eats the soul. Psychologically and physically, it damages a whole lot. And like our barrister has already said, decision matters a lot in addiction. When you want to stop, you have to decide. You have to be prepared. And you have to consult the Holy Spirit, because these are the only things that can actually help you and aid you to stop. Otherwise, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. Thank you for watching again another episode of my True Identity series. Please don't forget to like. If you have questions, you can drop in the comment section. Subscribe and put on your notification bell for more videos. Thank you so much, and see you on our next show. Bye.
Bye.